So I bought this game because of Boobs. I really tried to find other reasons as to why I did buy this game, but I just couldn't. Well, maybe because it was on sale and it did cost like $2 and not $10. But still, I came for the boobs and maybe a good story. We will see. How's it going? This is my new Jazz and welcome to Sakura's Angels. So if you came for the boobs, you're in the right place, I would say actually. If you came for a good story, you're probably in a good place. I mean, the story is supposed to be good and it should contain some mature content, at least that's what the Steam page says. It was pretty cheap, so I got it, and let's see if it's gonna be worth the $2, I guess. Normally it would cost like $10, so that's a good deal, I suppose. It's a visual novel. You all seem to enjoy the previous visual novels, so here we go. Be sure to grab your cookies, and let's start a new game. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of reading. And my cat decided to randomly scratch something. Start scratching on something. Anyways, every night I have the same dream. Every night I'm always brought back to this place without fail. And then every morning I'll wake up with no memory of this place at all until the next time I'll fall asleep. Not a single night has went by without my consciousness being dragged into this abyss. This realm is devoid of light, so much so that I can't even see my hand in front of my face, no matter how desperately I wave it. The concept of sound is just as absent, my steps silent, my distressed cries swallowed by bordering darkness as quickly as they had left my mouth. I'm in a bleak, barren wasteland of nothingness. Spending my prolonged amount of time here begins to make me doubt even my own existence. Yet, despite feeling suffocated by a striking absence of anything, I know I'm not alone. Something is watching me, stalking me from the shadows. The shadow be like, "Senpai, notice me!" I can't say for sure what it is, but every once in a while I catch sight of something from the corner of my view. A pair of burning bright eyes, fixated purely on me. What did you think? What did you think? Jeez, you have a dirty mind. Seriously. No tits. Not yet. Okay. They hate me, despise me. There's an overwhelming sense of animosity radiating from whoever they belong to. I know they want nothing more than to lash out and attack me, but something is holding them back. A force they truly despise, invisible chains that bind and restrict them from the one thing that is on their mind. At first, when I began dreaming about this place, the eyes were distant like glimmering stars, but with each passing night the eyes seemed to, but with each passing night the eyes seemed to inch ever closer and shine ever brighter. The struggle of reading, huh? I think whatever force has been holding them from me is beginning to fade. What will happen when these eyes reach me? I shudder to think. I know it's just a dream, so I shouldn't be afraid, but everything I experience here is so vivid. None of the unusual murky haze that shrouds such dreamlike environments seem to exist here at all. I have perfect clarity. I can feel the stagnant, freezing air all around me, enough to incite a shiver out of me every once in a while. Since I'm so used to this dream, I know how it'll end. I'll wait through the darkness for what seems like an eternity, never finding anything until the morning finally comes and pulls me out of this nightmare, at least. That was how it usually ended. Something is different tonight. Those hateful, burning eyes, always kept just out of sight before. I'm suddenly confronted by them. Never before have they been so close. Never before I stared straight back into them. Their narrowed, piercing gaze roots me to the spot and shooting pain surges through me. I can't move. I can't breathe. And then, from out of the darkness a crooked smile spreads, just as sinister as the eyes. Hey, senpai. No, I'm senpai. What? What are you talking? I don't know. I can't Japanese. Jeez, is the game in Japanese? So close. I can practically taste the freedom. It won't be long now. Enjoy the peace while you can, boy, for your days are numbered.
そして全てが変わる
Me not Chinese? I don't know, man. I no speak all Japanese. I guess. And then everything shall change. I think it's in Japanese, just with the text being English. Ooh, that struggle of not understanding Japanese, or not speaking Japanese, or you know what I mean, okay. Ooh, how's it going? Am I awake? Can I drink some coffee maybe now? Oh my god, I love coffee. I still got the morning voice because I just woke up, even though it's almost 3 p.m., but... Oh, jeez, I just did fall asleep really late, so... There's that. Now back to the game. Dots. Ugh. My head is killing me. These morning migraines are the worst. Every morning, without fail, I always wake up to a sensation not unlike my skull being pounded by a jackhammer. Ooh. Thump. 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 It's almost like a heartbeat. I feel like my head is going to split open. Let's hope not. It's weird though, because even though the pain is so intense, it never lasts long. In the space it makes me to get up and head for school. The pain is usually reduced to just a dull throb at the back of my skull by then. So it isn't too much of a hassle in the grand scheme of things. But it certainly isn't a fun way to wake up. I just find it odd how consistent it seems to be. Anyway, enough pondering these weird mysteries. It's time to tackle the day. After a moment of wrestling with my blanket, I swing my legs around and drag myself out of bed. You're not keeping me here, blanket. It's time to go to school. I never imagined I would say this. Yeah, a quick look at my bedside clock tells me it's still early. Too early. If I had it my way, the world wouldn't start until at least a good way into the afternoon. But sadly, life just isn't that wonderful. Pulling back the curtains to let the light flood into my room, I suppress the urge to let out a hiss. I almost blinding myself in the process. Too bright! The rest of my time getting ready is spent fighting with my uniform, a tie becoming all the more problematic to put on where you're half asleep. Oh god, I think I've actually got my hand stuck in it. Almost choking myself to death in the most pathetic fight ever, I finished putting on the tie, the rest of my uniform complying peacefully with me. The struggle of wearing a uniform, huh? Unable to find a comb, I settled for just flattering my hair down with my hands. Blinking into the mirror, I'm left staring back at someone with messy black hair. Close enough. I still don't know how I look like. Where am I? Dude, I wanna see myself. Somewhat dressed and somewhat ready, I stumble out of my room, my legs still not fully awake. Uneven steps carry me dangerously down the stairs, and I soon emerge into the kitchen. It's time to eat. I'm greeted by silence. The kitchen is empty. Mom, I wanna eat. Make me food. Woman! I guess she's still sleeping. Oh geez, a familiar scene for me. My parents are what you might call workaholics. Basically, they spend more time at their respective jobs than they ever do here. I only ever get to catch them during the evening while we're eating, and then everyone is off to bed and the cycle repeats. Don't get me wrong, I understand they have to work in order to keep us living comfortably, so I don't hate them for it. It just gets, I don't know, lonely. Ah well, there is no use mopping about it because we soon will get all the tits. I mean, cereal. Cereal, that's right. Because kitchen. You know what I mean? It's been like this for years, so I don't know why I was getting all emotional about it now. The plus side of them not being around is that I quickly had to learn to cook for myself. It's amazing how fast you can adapt to that sort of stuff when you're starving. That's right, I can cook cereal too. Just get milk, add the cereal, and you're good to go. Cooking is easy. I don't think I have enough time for anything fancy to eat for breakfast, so I just settle for toast. Or toast, yeah, that's good. You can never go wrong with toast. Okay, you might be able to go wrong with toast. I have sudden traumatic flashbacks to when the toaster erupted into flames. Ah, what a day that was. But I've learned from my mistakes now. It won't happen a third time. Hey, can happen. Having devoured the only slightly charred toast, I sling my bag over my shoulder before starting for the front door. I give the empty house one last look over before opening the front door. It's kinda depressing to have no one to say goodbye to, but again, this has been the same for every weekday morning since forever ago. Need my coffee. The sun is shining high in a cloudless sky. Birds are chirping overhead. Waves of students are passing by, happily chatting with one another as they all make their way to school. It's all so horrible. I'm not much of a morning person, so I can't even begin to fathom how everyone can be so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. I don't understand the people that are like this, really. How can you be like this? I just don't. I mean, it's thought... Oh, geez, where did I left off? I mean, it's taking all of my willpower to be able to put a foot in front of the other without just crumpling to the ground. I just have to hope the breakfast kicks in and gives me the energy I need before I'm forced to literally drag myself through the school gates. Alright, thoughts. I like the music, it's fancy. While keeping my head down and my eyes glued to the ground, as I soldiered on, I suddenly noticed that the vibrant atmosphere from before is gone. Silence has completely taken over. My steps, the only thing making any noise. The air is still. Huh, that's a bit strange. Bringing my head up, I met with an unsettling sight. The street is deserted. No students, no cars, and even the cheerful chirping of the birds is gone. What? I hurry on forward, hoping at least to run into somebody, anyone. Even the sun's once golden rays seem muted, the world tingled in dreary tones. But there still isn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, this is definitely starting to freak me out. I need to just... A splitting pain shoots through my head, stopping me in my tracks. Like a searing poker being thrust through my skull. A headache? Now? Nothing is making any sense. Desperately trying to keep myself upright as I clutch a hand to my head. I stagger forwards. Unlike the headaches from before that gradually died down, this one seems to be getting worse. Thump, thump, thump. It won't stop at all. I broke to my knees. I can hardly even think straight, my head threatening to explode at any moment. And then, through gritted teeth and pained expression, I see it. Something that shouldn't exist, yet clearly does, as confirmed by my own terrified eyes. Holy moly, a monster! That's the only word that can come to my scrambled mind. A hulking, grotesque mess of flesh with gnarled fangs and red, slitted eyes, seething with hate. Oh, these 4 eyes. Damn. Damn. The closest thing I can relate it to would be a dog. No, that ain't a dog. But no dog I know of is 3 times the size of me. Its form practically eclipsing the sun. It snorts with flared nostrils, something like steam being exhaled out. Geez, you one hell of an ugly dog. If you're a dog. Given its tense stance and the fact it's blocking my way, I can only assume it's here for me. But why? What the hell is it? Where did it come from? Why does it want me? 1,000,001 questions right through my head. But I doubt I'm going to get any answers from this thing. There's only one thing I can do when presented with such odds, and that is to run. Oh yeah, we got to make choices. Okay. I don't have a weapon. I'll flee. Yeah, of course. I would be an idiot to attempt anything else. Well, I'm not an idiot, I guess. when confronted with something that defies everything I know about nature and has a look that says I'm going to eat you alive, it's basic human instinct to want to run. It is, indeed. I'm not giving the beast any more of my time. I spin on my heel and hurtle myself in the opposite direction. Any fatigue I might have felt earlier is magically gone as I pump my legs frantically. It's amazing what fear can do to peep up your senses. I run as fast as I can, but in my haste I twist my foot at a bad angle, crumpling into a heap on the floor. No! Ignoring the nasty scrapes across my knees, I desperately try to heave myself up off of the floor, but it's useless. I'm complete wreck. I can hear the beast rampaging just behind me, having given chase. The fear of impending death is making limbs useless, my scattered mind unable to give them any clear comments. The only thing I can do is turn my head around to meet my incoming demise. The beast stomping so hard across the ground that cracks spread out with each step. It's over. No! Right before the beast can connect with me and bring my life to a grisly end. A dazzling radiant light floods my vision, engulfing both me and the monster. The beast stops in its tracks, a guttural cry escaping it before it vaporizes before my eyes. Dots. Wow! What the hell just happened? Aye! What's going on? Oh, jeez, that cry though. That voice crack. But Japanese, jeez, that was a close one. Are you alright? A cheerful voice chirps, a welcome sound after the terrors of that thing. Don't talk to him. We have to leave before. And then another voice that's less cheerful. In fact, they sound angry more than anything. I love the music. Holy moly! You both got a nice pair of eyes. Yeah, I said eyes. What did you think? Jeez, you're pervious crap. Just kidding. That's not to notice. And the light soon fades, revealing my saviors. Though, this is definitely the last thing I was expecting. Two girls, roughly my age, stand before me. I blinked several times before I scrubbed my eyes. Jeez, they're real! Hoping things might make a little more sense, this can be real. I'm having more trouble believing these girls are actually standing before me than I did the monster. Wielding weapons and costumes taken straight out of a fantasy book. It's all a bit too much for my brain to attempt to process. I think this is a good place or a good time to put a stop to this part of this Let's Play, you know? I mean, you already saw what you can expect in the future, so I have to end it here. I really hope that you did enjoy what you saw, Cookie Monsters. If you did, be sure to leave me a like and a comment. It really helps me out a lot. Subscribe to become a Cookie Monster to get all the cookies and do not miss on any future tits. Yeah, and as always, I'll see Kickle's face in the next video. Thank you all for watching. She's from Vampire Diaries and stuff, so whatever. So we have Sophia Bush, Rashida Jones, and Nigella Lawson. So Mary kill. Fuck. There we go. Why don't people want to marry Nigella? Like, what the hell, man? Rosie Tapper, Emily Di Donato, Olivia Holt. I really